Hey, what's up? I figured it's time for a little update. I got my tragus piercing last year in August, so it's been a year now, and I just figured I'm gonna share with you the healing time, whether I had any issues with it or not, and how I'm liking it really. So I got it pierced shortly after I got my septum pierced because I just figured it's a lovely spot to get pierced at and thought, why not just do it? I'm gonna show you a close-up right now, so I'm just gonna move a little closer. So this is my tragus piercing. It looks way more shiny than it actually is. It really isn't all that crazy, it's just the light reflecting on it. It's a beaded stud that I really like and that I got pierced with. It's made out of implant grade titanium and I really like it. As with my septum, I got it pierced at Pure Body Arts in New York City. I made a video about my piercing experience that I have on my channel that you can watch if you're curious. In terms of healing, these types of piercings can take 6 months to 9 months, something along those lines. It really depends on your body. I've read online that sometimes it takes as little as 3 months, and 3 months I find a little too short. I would say around 6 months, 9 months, maybe even a year. It really depends, of course, on the individual. You always have it pierced with a longer bar that allows for swelling. And because of that, I wasn't able to use earbuds because the bar took up half my ear, if that makes sense. And I got it pierced in August and I was moving at the end of November, and my piercer said, well, if you want to get it changed to a shorter bar, come back at the end of November, we'll take a look at it and we'll see whether we can change it or not. So I went back. This was basically the last chance that I had to get it changed by him, which I really wanted. And he had a look at it. He said it's okay, it's semi-healed, and we can get it changed. So he changed it to a shorter bar, which is something that I don't recommend doing by yourself if it's not fully healed. Of course, if it's fully healed, do whatever you want to do. However, if it's semi-healed, make sure you see a professional. Make sure you go to a piercer who would then be able to advise you whether to change it, whether to leave it, and would then also be able to help you out with actually changing the jewelry. I had it changed to a shorter post. I was able to wear earbuds again, and I was freaking loving it. In terms of healing, occasionally I ended up sleeping on it by accident, and then the area around the piercing was a little sore. There was also a lot of crust, and sometimes I had difficulty removing the crust by simply taking a shower. So my piercer physically removed the crust. I just happened to visit him for a different piercing. I was getting my conch pierced and he just ended up removing the crust. So there was a lot of crust. It wasn't an issue though. And I think it fully healed probably within 8 months, maybe 9 months. I honestly have no clue. Yeah, it must have been fully healed around the 7-month mark, 8-month mark maybe. It was really smooth. I had no issues whatsoever. And even though I started wearing earbuds shortly after he swapped it, I had no issues with that. That of course depends on your anatomy. There's enough space for me and it doesn't irritate the piercing. Even to this day, I can just put an earbud in. I just have to, of course, go about it in a safe manner. I'm not gonna push the earbud in. No, I'll just push it in gently and then it's no issue. It's just automatically, I no longer think about it. You can just wear a flat back and then it's no issue. If I would wear an end that has a round back, what are they called, a ball at the end, then I wouldn't be able to wear earbuds because there would be no space for an earbud. But if you wear a flat back, then it's no issue. And the jewelry, I still like the jewelry. I'm now thinking, is it a bit too blingy? Is it a bit too, I don't want to say out there, but a bit too blingy maybe. I still like the style of the jewelry. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna get it on this one as well, because I do want to get a second tragus piercing, and I'm now thinking, should I go with something entirely different? Should I go with the same piece of jewelry? Because I definitely want them to be the same. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna stick with this style of jewelry or if I'm gonna get something else. I personally really like the spot, and it didn't get caught on anything during the healing. I thought it would be an issue whenever I would be in the shower, combing my hair, washing my hair, and that wasn't an issue at all. I opted for jewelry that is fairly flat. Of course, if you get a ball or something that sticks out a lot more, you may have a different experience. My piercer recommended to get something flat, and it makes total sense because this piece is fairly flat. I didn't have any issues with things getting caught on or issues in the shower, really. I really love the piercing because it's not as in your face. It's something very dainty. Of course, it depends on the jewelry. If you have a big piece here, then people are going to immediately notice. However, with the jewelry that I chose, people usually don't notice it immediately. And also on photos, you can see it shining, so to speak, and it's just, oh, just this little something. I really like this about that piercing. In terms of jewelry, you also have quite a few options. You can do rings, you can do studs. There are various forms of rings. You have them with diamonds, you have them plain, you can use clickers, you can use seam rings. And with studs, of course, you have also heaps of options. Bigger ones, smaller ones, gold, white gold, implant grade titanium. Of course, I'm rocking implant grade titanium because that's my preferred material. It's lightweight, it's amazing. Most people have no reactions to it whatsoever, and it's cheaper than gold and just a little more expensive than surgical steel. I'm really glad that I ended up getting it. I really love it, and I can't wait to get my second tragus piercing. If you have a tragus piercing, I would love to hear your experience with it. I would love to hear whether you still like it or not. And if you're thinking of getting one, just let me know if you've got any questions. Just a little disclaimer here. I'm by no means a professional. I'm just really into piercings. So if you have a question, I will answer it based on my experience and to the best of my abilities. I hope you have a lovely day and see you next time.